All right, I'm going to say something, and I'm sure I'm going to get accused of, I don't know, being divisive or whatever the hell. But honestly, like, these people that are coming on and calling for unity and saying there's no left versus right divide and to set our differences aside or whatever and work together. I have two thoughts on this. One, you have me part of the way. I understand that we need to get together, as many people as possible, to fight fascism, because if these people continue on the track they are on, this country and so many people are going to lose their lives. They're going to suffer immense unnecessary cruelty because of the policies and because of the performance of mass violence from these ICE thugs that are Nazis. A lot of them are Nazis. They're fascists. Like, we had federal agents saying that the Proud Boys are great guys. They love America. BS, dude. Like, you kind of miss me with the both sides are bad. Like, I'm sorry, but when you're going to sit there and say the people that try to pull the smokescreen on us, that, you know, secretly agree on all of our suffering, and they're playing both of us, they are not playing both of us equally. There are people that are, a lot of people that are on the left. Some, like, I don't know where I put myself. Like, sometimes I think maybe I'm a socialist, democratic socialist. I don't really care about labels. I just want things to be better for all Americans. And I don't know what the perfect model is, but I know that this country has done better when we had more leftist politics and policy in the mix. Like, think like during FDR. We had better tax policies, and we had a better, stronger safety net. And we had some of the most popular programs that we've ever had that lifted a lot of people out of poverty. And that is what we need right now. Like, we have to have healthcare for all. We have to do something about housing costs, living expenses. Like, education needs to be free and really good. And we have to cut out the crap that undermines that. Like, we have to deal with the attack from the right wing. Yes, the right wing has been attacking all of this stuff all the time, and the people on the left have been screaming about it, that this is going to be a problem. So you miss me when you say both sides are bad, because no, I'm sorry, but the right wing is primarily to blame for continuously supporting and making the wrong goddamn decisions time after time after time. And, like, you're probably pissed off at shit libs and some of the liberals and the neoliberals that do feckless bullshit, but they side with the damn fascists. They're like, it's not a joke when you say scratch or poke a liberal, a fascist bleeds. They're nearly aligned. When it comes down to it, they will line up. They will protect the status quo. They will defend capitalism even when it's apparent that it's indefensible. I'm sorry, but if you don't understand where I'm coming from, you don't know what the left actually sounds like, and you don't listen to us. You haven't been listening when we've been arguing. We cannot deal with these privatization schemes. We cannot allow corporations to grow so much power. We cannot allow wealthy people to get obscenely wealthy because it corrupts the system. You blame the left for fighting for actual fucking things this entire goddamn time, when if we did those things, even like a small amount of those things, the majority of Americans would fucking feel it, and they would be thankful for it. And maybe the Democratic Party would wakey the fucking wakey and move left. But this country has been fucked since the goddamn Red Scare, since this country decided that the biggest threat to America, and more capitalism than anything else, was like communists, like people way far to the left. And why? Because if they saw that countries, sovereign nations, could utilize their natural resources for their people, right? Like, if they nationalize those resources, it's good for the people. Ask the people in I think it's Alaska, right? Where they have like a lot of like oil and stuff like that, and they basically made it like a state resource, and their people like get like subsidies and stuff like that. They get a benefit from it. It's the same thing true for other like sovereign nations. But instead, what do? We sell everything out to corporations, and then we're stuck relying on them, and then they get to pollute everything. They get to take a public resource and then sell it back to us, and then it gets more and more expensive, and they create monopolies, and then we're stuck. Like, the people that keep selling that like free market capitalism is some kind of answer to anything where like it'll work itself out, they know they're lying. Like, a lot of these people actually understand how this stuff works. The honest ones know it trends towards monopolies. It just does. Like, there are so many freaking like capitalistic economic strategies to get an advantage in the market. You can even like take a loss for long enough to wipe out your competition, and then you form a monopoly. And monopolies screw consumers every single time. And there's no, like, you can make the case maybe that some things can have like a market-based thing, but it has to be controlled. It has to be regulated. I know this triggers some people, but if you think it through, you cannot just let these things regulate themselves, because they don't. Like, if you look at one example, if you want to like just tune me out for everything else, at least listen to me on this. PFAS, the forever chemicals made by 3M. You may have been hearing stories about this stuff. They literally poisoned the world with this stuff because it's got like unique chemical components that make it like it works in a lot of different applications. And I didn't know this until recently, but like our government was the one that actually like created this stuff during the I think they used it for developing like nuclear weapons and stuff, and then it had like commercial applications and like your like Teflon pans and all that stuff. So they poisoned us all. Like there's a movie that's kind of like a documentary that's got Mark Ruffalo in it called Dark Water. I think it's that one, but it's about this forever chemical stuff. So don't tell me that they'll regulate themselves. Like, look up super funds and the origin stories for all those. Super funds are, I'm going to mess this up, but basically there's a lot of money that's dedicated to a long-term like cleanup effort, because there were like some kind of massive chemical spills that really screwed the communities, and it's like a long-term project to deal with it that has long-term effects. And like, guys, like this is where we get like all these, like there's so many freaking preventable cancers because of these companies. Just they like, even when they recognize that there's a problem, they just barrel ahead anyway. And that's why I say you do need to have some regulations, and some of them are just, you know, like you have to think about regulations in terms of protections for people. It's dealing with the likely consequences of companies when all they care about is the profit motive. They're not paying attention to these other things. Like they won't, guys, they're gonna maximize profit. So they're going to reduce whatever cost they can, even if it means destroying whole communities or whole populations. If they can do it and not get away with it for long enough, sometimes they're just in the clear. Like, good luck suing these people. You know, like with the forever chemical thing, these lawyers that represented the people, it took decades to really get anything, and like a lot of people died before they saw any kind of settlement or whatever. And like the lawyers took a lot of heat too. Like, it's really hard for people to sue these companies. It's interesting because that's a case of a guy that used to be a corporate lawyer who kind of switched sides because the farmer had a connection to his grandma, and his grandma referred him to the case to help him out. So you guys miss me when you're like browbeating the left about stuff. Like, I know that there are shenanigans that are played with like neoliberals and shit libs and like sometimes bullshit identity politics, but the people that are farther to the left, what they're arguing is not a frivolous thing. Like, you know, all the like the trans issues, we're arguing about like human rights. Like, that's not frivolous. And when we point out systematic racism or like police brutality, that's not a small thing. Like there was a creator that made a video, and like he had me up to a certain point, and then he starts browbeating the left about stuff. Yeah, I got cut off. So my main contention is, don't sit there and downplay racism. Don't downplay white supremacy, because we literally have fascists going around and are engaging in complete lawlessness. Like, they are engaging in violence against blue states and blue cities right now. Absolute partisan bullshit. That is the right wing. I'm sorry, but that is what you guys voted for. You guys voted for this country to be taken over by an authoritarian dictator. So you miss me when you're going to shit on the left, who's been saying to both the right-wing fucking parties and to the goddamn media, like, when we had an opportunity to back a better candidate, finally, we backed Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders isn't perfect. Like, I think his position on Gaza right now is piss poor. I don't like that. But the rest of his policies, I can get down with, because they actually are addressing the things that are hurting American people, and they're actually solutions. So yes, I am not fucking naive, and I'm not an asshole for saying that we need to have universal health care, because Like, we're one of the few developed nations that doesn't have it. And I don't want to hear some BS excuse of like, we can't have it. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Like, with minor fucking reforms, and technically it will be cheaper. Like, I don't want to hear anything, honestly. I'm not interested in the right wing's bullshit excuses because they're not informed, because they don't bother. When there's plenty of information out there, they've just been like happy to irrationally hate the left in this country. I understand they've been fed propaganda, but you know, to be fair, I've been in plenty of spaces where I could have been radicalized in a different direction. You know what I did? I paid attention and I followed where the data goes. And the majority of the time, when you're talking about politics and when you're talking about like economic solutions and you're talking about things that will help regular people, the answers are on the left, actual policies, because they are data driven. I'm not just pulling shit out of my ass. These are things that have already been tried and implemented, and they are effective. They have the intended effect. And don't sit there and tell me that the United States is different. No, it's not. You're just making fucking excuses. And a lot of times the people that are making that argument, I'm sorry, but actually I'm really not sorry. Most of the time they're just being racist because they see other groups of people as just different from them and it could never work, or they just don't want them to be helped. And honestly, you miss me when your position is based on bullshit. I don't care. I'm not interested. So if you want to come out with me with an attempt to form unity, you got some catching up to do. We've been here this whole goddamn time saying this shit's fucking bad. We need to go a different direction. You guys fought us the entire time. You gotta come at us in a different way. Like, find something that we already agree on and go with that. Say, yeah, you know what? Universal healthcare would be a solution. We need to fight for that. And we need to expand our rights. They need to be enshrined into law, because we can't have these dipshits taking stuff away willy-nilly every damn time. We need legislation. Don't insult the left if you want us to unite, because the right wing, I'm sorry, but you guys consistently are wrong on fucking everything. And that's not on us. That's on your own ignorance.